Good morrow, kind citizen.
Good morning.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared.
Go ahead. Good morning.
First of all, if you haven't already, go check out the pictures in my community post of mine and Dr. D's Halloween costume. Also, somebody under that post commented, "Is that Brandy?"
Wow.
First of all, throwback, wow. But also no. And also, it doesn't look like her.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like her at all.
But that is a side thing. So if you guys have been watching us for a while, you know that my husband and I constantly find new video games to obsess over.
Deep Rock
And our
Galactic.
current one is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. And like when I tell you, I've literally like woken up thinking of like a different way to approach my build so that I can beat Hazard 3. Because right now Hazard 3 is kicking our ass.
We do not have a high success rate.
No.
Like at all.
But I'm really enjoying it. So if you've never played that game and you like the like Vampire Survivor-ish type games, do that. Play that one.
Also, as another aside, I know we're pumping a lot into this intro, but the CJ the Champ reactions are still getting blocked periodically globally.
Yeah.
So ones that don't come out, it's because of issues like that. It is what it is with anime reactions.
We're doing our best.
But you know what is highly accepted and highly favored? Casually Geographic.
Casual Geographic.
Yeah.
So this is why this is the scariest predator of all time. I am assuming that he is not talking about whales.
Or the little cats from the last video.
Right. I'm assuming he is not talking about that. So I'm excited to see what this video has in store for us. Don't forget to stay safe and sanitized and sane and to drink your water.
What is with the punching?
And eat your vegetables.
Also keep your lead hand up. You're leaving yourself exposed.
Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Some animals very clearly got the middle finger from evolution. This is the portrait of privilege.
Hello.
There is no animal that's gotten more green lights from God than a bulletproof, sawtoothed, predatory sledgehammer with hyperintelligence, parkour prowess.
Look, my husband got it for me. First of all, it's mine. Give it to me. My husband got it for me for my birthday.
It's staring at me.
Yeah. Somebody was like, remember I was like, make it into a hat? Somebody said, like this.
Yeah. Right out the front, dude.
Yeah.
Like a unicorn.
Also, somebody last time was like, oh, there's no way to ethically source that. I don't know if you know this. They die.
Yeah.
Like
all the time.
They die. And you can find their dead bodies. There's that, just as a reassurance.
It's like dumpster diving, but for animals.
The ability to cryo-sleep like Captain America. Yeah, that menace is alive. Find out if you want to. Brumation's pretty much hibernation for reptiles.
Yeah.
Basically a built-in power save mode for animals that already don't use much of it. But it means this is an apex predator that can survive a
Why you look at me like that?
Because gators and the like can survive a winter in a frozen pond by turning their metabolism all the way down. Where they'll just stick their snouts above water and leave the rest under the ice where it's actually warmer until fate decides to defrost them.
Right.
Mind you, Brumation's not sleep and gators will move around on days when it's warmer. But it also means this ill-mannered iceberg can probably sense you walking past it. Thanks to another superpower.
Oh yeah, the part
you're gonna
that's
learn
knows.
that not only is the mame gecko the most disrespectful addition to the food web, it is humanity's greatest predator. And whatever Oppenheimer felt when Hiroshima got hit with a massacre mushroom isn't even 1% of the regret felt by whoever unleashed an armor-plated equalizer onto Earth. But real quick, I'm gonna be saying crocodiles for most of this video, but a lot of this applies to crocodilians as a concept. I cannot express how much every part of a crocodile's body is designed to author your obituary, and that includes its walnut-sized brain. Because crocodiles are intelligent on a level that should deeply disturb you. Both mugger crocodiles and American alligators will lure birds in by using sticks and twigs as bait to snatch their souls. That would already be bad enough, without the implication.
They'll feel obligated because of the implication. I've literally only seen that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That is literally the only episode I've ever seen.
We gotta show you. There's so many episodes you gotta see in that show, bro.
And that episode made me not want to watch the rest of the show.
It's such a stupid show. It's so dumb. Oh
my
God. They have a podcast now where they talk about like some of their disagreements from some of the episodes.
That's cool.
And it's so funny how no matter what story it is, two of them love it and one person hates it. And it just rotates people. It's so funny, dude.
The implication is that Satan's Snaggletooth stapler is able to take seasonality into account. They're aware enough to pull this in the middle of nesting season. They're like Batman with prep time, except they've had 100 million years to plot. Another revelation is that the dinosaur time left behind will hunt as a pack, with scientists watching a group of crocs swimming in a circle around a shoal of fish, making the circle tighter and tighter until the fish were forced into a bait ball. Just for chompy boys to take turns cutting across the center of the circle to get their share of fish.
Casually. We do the same thing with women at the bar. We send all the weird guys out to do weird dance moves on the dance floor and push them all to the sides, and we just circle it like sharks. Like, why do you hang out with that guy? He's so weird. He has his purpose.
There's another example where a massive saltwater crocodile scared a pig into running into a lagoon, where it was immediately jumped by two smaller crocs waiting.
Sometimes animals of a different size would take up different roles. Larger alligators would drive a fish from the deeper part of the lake into the shallows, where smaller, more agile alligators would
everybody has his role.
In one case, a huge saltwater crocodile scared a pig into running off a trail and into a lagoon where two smaller crocodiles were waiting to ambush. The circumstances suggested that three crocodiles had anticipated each other's positions and actions without being able to see each other.
He's just like, I know them boys hang out on that side. Kill this pig for me.
Now, the implication there is somehow the giant salty knew exactly what direction to force the pig. Crocs have been doing this. It's just as expert Vladimir Dene will tell you, it's incredibly difficult to study an animal that does its damage in the water. Because if you're in the water studying hunting crocodiles, chances are they're also studying. Their thesis statement is your headstone engravement. Vlad has put in over 3,000 hours of watching crocs and has witnessed things like a stronger, heavier croc driving fish to shore with smaller, more agile teammates hawking cornered fish.
That's awesome.
Now you might ask, how do the crocs share their victims? And honestly, that might be more unsettling than how they murk them. Chris Campbell was a contractor for the Okefenokee Wildlife Reserve.
Look at how cute, real quick. Just look how cute the little guy is.
Chris Campbell.
Look at this little guy. Look at this precious little fella.
Isn't it terrifying that he just doesn't stop growing? Like 9 feet later, like he just keeps going. Incredible.
Which meant over a decade of watching what a neighbor gator's capable of. One day he showed up to work with 60-something gators posted up by the boat docks. What he described were two groups of gators, one in the semicircle formation driving fish to the shallows and using the boats to corner them, and the other group in the background resting, or more like waiting. Because whenever a gator from the hunting party caught a fish, he'd immediately retire to the waiting group. And one of the waiting crocs would sub in and take
I
his
see
place.
what he's
This
saying.
went on for hours
like a
until
hockey
it got hot
game.
enough for them to clock out and go their ways. But when Campbell went back the next morning, like clockwork, the morning crush was still there. Same time, same place, same agenda. That's a level of teamwork and foresight most people aren't willing to accept from a prehistoric snap trap. Your ignorance ain't bliss. In fact, it's what sustains them.
Like one of those
many
squeeze
spots
toys.
in Africa and Australia, people are warned never to get water from the same place more than once, and definitely not past twice. It's because crocodiles will memorize patterns and clock your daily routine. Getting too predictable around a professional camper means the croc will take note just to ambush you the next chance they get, and they'll use very little energy.
He threw a rock
That's
at
also
it.
why studying them is like edging death. Choose the same spots repeatedly, and at best, the croc notices and avoids you with no regard for your research. And at worst, Senor Snappy studies your habits enough to put a halo around your head. That's a real PhD. Which makes a crocodile a gift-wrapped FU to any creature of habit, and why the most dangerous kind of croc is actually
bro, I'm not messing with that, bro.
Look at him!
Wrapped FU to any creature of habit, and why the most dangerous kind of croc is actually an investigator. But if you watch this video, you could be the smartest thing missing a spine. You'll still be a living doormat if you don't have the hardware to back it up. And no animal has more disrespectful hardware than a motion-activated bear trap.
He just came up and just snatched him up. Look, food.
Yoink.
Oh, man, that's gnarly.
I appreciate this.
The crocodile is the most...
He has stepped up his music game, something serious these last 3 vids.
I really enjoy it.
Fair predator on Earth, because virtually every body part has been expressly designed to flatline you. They have the strongest recorded bite force of any animal at 3,700 pounds per square
I don't know
inch,
how to
making
understand
its
those
jaw a
numbers.
steel trap capable of damage on par with victims of war.
Yep.
But maturing's realizing it's the teeth as much as the jaw. Sharks have serrated teeth to slice through prey. Crocs have death cones designed to keep prey in its custody, meaning if a leather log bites you, you have the lowest chance of escape, which gets worse when the croc proceeds to drown you. And with crocs being able to hold their breath for up to 2 hours,
trust that
you'll
done.
pass tense long before he does.
Yeah.
The only thing with those teeth is they're great for grabbing, useless for chewing. So they'll slam prey into chunks and swallow them whole.
That's just not
The
right.
most broken finishing move of any animal, the death roll. But crocs also have the most acidic stomach of any animal and can dissolve bones.
I
organs,
never
and
thought
fluids.
about that.
But they're also blood benders with a heart that controls exactly where the blood goes.
Hell yeah.
A feeding croc will direct blood to its
Hello.
stomach, so the carbon dioxide in it only makes the acid more corrosive. And good luck fighting back when nature made an evolutionary aggro weapon borderline bulletproof. Crocodiles are covered in osteoderms, and armor plating blocks the teeth of other animals from doing damage.
Golly.
Which is why there's more than one case of a croc tanking a gunshot, but the nasty work is what you can't see. The scales are said to manipulate water in a way that means a 20-foot problem doesn't make ripples. The osteoderms create
Is that what
countercurrents
makes
cancel
that?
out any disturbances made in the water. Basically cloaking technology, but
Holy
in a steroid reptile.
shit.
That was perfect
That
to
was
prove
so
the point.
cool.
I so often see them come out in the splashing motion. I never noticed the no ripples. Wow.
Hell yeah.
It's like Cheerios coming up out of your milk.
Ah.
Except it'll kill you.
The same osteoderms can store heat for when it gets too cold and then release it when it's too hot, so they also have a built-in thermostat. There's one more trick under its skin, and it's that when crocs spend all that time underwater, lactic acid starts to build up in them. But because osteoderms are made of mineralized bones, the minerals will slightly dissolve if the acid gets too high, releasing carbonate and bicarbonate ions that neutralize the acid and raise the pH.
Wow.
Crocs are nature's
They
Nepo
don't
babies.
get
Evolution gave them
sore.
every cheat possible.
What?
And the salties growing up to 20 feet long and pressing the scales at often over 2,000
Oh yeah, that's
pounds.
not
Hold
right.
on.
That's not right. Yeah, that's a big boy.
What is this? What is this? Why? And how?
What do you mean how? Define how. I'll just like paste you in there. I'll just paste a picture of you in there or something so you can live the dream. You don't have to go do that.
It would be so cool.
I'm sure. I'm sure you would die in real life. That's too big. This must be Photoshop. This is not real.
Growing up to 20 feet long and pressing the scales at often over 2,000 pounds, it's not like they needed more handouts. Especially when you realize, except for a tail that stores
Wow.
fat like a camel's hump, crocs are almost all muscle and look like a snake with legs with Kratos' knives for teeth.
so cool.
That tail is a lot stronger than you think, and the same one that can briefly airlift a plus-size predator would absolutely shatter your leg with a direct hit. But there might not be anything more unsettling than crocodiles having probably the most advanced eyes of any animal.
Right.
Eyes nature put right at the top of their heads, so snappy lads can plot on your life while cosplaying as a log. Eyes that have a protective nictating membrane, so even attacking one of their few weaknesses still requires two-factor authentication.
Right.
Wow.
Especially since they can retract their eyeballs. And like dolphins, crocs can rest half their brain at a time, meaning the pride of Steve Irwin can sleep with one eye open. And studies show they're more likely to do that when they're around humans. Also, they have night vision because, of course, they do.
Yeah, that's
and
not
that's not
right.
even the most broken part of their vision.
Right.
The fovea is a small part of the retina. But
Okay.
it's where vision is the sharpest, and it's what you use when you focus on a specific word on a page or play Where's Waldo. And when you move your eyes to look at something, got him. That's you putting the image on your fovea. The problem is, what is a tiny dot for us is the shape of a skid mark in a crocodile. Having a fat fovea means nature's favorite predator can scan an entire shoreline without moving its head.
Damn.
You still don't follow.
Oh,
Get a
I
book.
see what he's
Try to read
saying.
the entire page without moving your eyes once.
Right.
And realize how much of a middle finger this creature's existence is.
Yeah.
Especially since the Titanic scale demon has cockroach levels of plot armor. Crocodiles can tank freezing cold, extreme heat, radiation, and can live in waters contaminated with heavy
Radiation?
metals. And with the diet of a
What?
morgue, they're resistant to nastiness
What?
like anthrax, cholera, and the most potent substance on Earth, botulism.
What?
They also have negligible senescence, meaning they don't really age the same way most animals do.
Right.
It doesn't make them immortal, but it does mean that they never really stop growing and can
That's what I'm
easily pass
saying.
100.
That's what I was saying. They just keep growing.
He ate people, fathered 10,000 babies, and just turned 124.
Yeah. If they don't die, they're not dead.
For first of all, 10,000 babies is crazy. I know
Genghis
his
Khan
child
levels of work.
support checks are nuts. You don't see none of his paycheck.
Crocodile Genghis.
Ah.
In fact, right now, there's a croc that's been alive since 1900. Like the year. Which means, other than a Greenland shark, I don't think there's another predator that can outlive a croc. And with them being nature's favorite, of course some sick muppet made them resistant to cancer. And many believe it's thanks to their gut, because the gut microbiome is said to be a huge part of their health, and a crocodile's gut community manages to reverse cancer. An experiment found that their gut bacteria put the brakes on cancer and slowed the growth of cancer-causing cells.
That's so fucking cool.
Basically, it's a cancer to cancer.
Yeah.
Now I understand why Buddy from Spider-Man crashed out, especially since it turns out alligators and crocodiles can regenerate a lost tail.
I didn't know that.
It also throws hands with bad bacteria and can dead diseases like salmonella and staph infections.
Sick.
This thing's built like a Dark Souls boss, and the fact that they can survive several acts of God yet get neutralized by a rubber band.
It's fighting the crab
Yeah.
from Dark Souls. He's kind of winning.
Souls boss, and the fact that they can survive several acts of God yet get neutralized by a rubber band around the mouth proves nature has a sense of irony.
'Cause that's
but that's a
funny.
lot better than getting folded
Why
by
is he
some of the
looking at
diseases
me?
out there. And there's some stuff that Satan would second guess. Viewer discretion is advised, and this time I'm so serious. I'm not being cute. If you're queasy and not built for body horror, go here before I ruin your whole day.
Okay, that is like 30 seconds from now. And in Chavez and Skitten time, a minute and 30 seconds from now.
I feel bad because I feel like I'm not talking a lot in this video, but this is so fascinating to me. I fucking love crocodilians. I think they're so fucking cool. I think they're so cool.
Last chance, you can still go back. Alright, this is on you. 3, 2, happy Halloween. I didn't even curse, I did gag a little. This is a deer suffering from papillomavirus, and it's
Sorry, I'm not listening.
Stop.
Don't tell me to stop. You stop. Why are you not going? Why are you not going? What's wrong with you?
I have to play the video. I can't hear.
Is this normal to you? What's wrong with it?
This is a deer suffering from papillomavirus, and it's usually not harmful unless you value mental health. But it can also cause Lovecraftian rabbits.
That's kind of cool. They did the rabbit kind of cool.
Those affected seeming to grow tentacles. And if you live in Colorado,
that's not
you've
cool.
definitely seen these jackalopes popping up. And according to this article, the cutaneous quills are caused by the cottontail papillomavirus.
Yeah?
This is the worst thing you can see while a mile high, because of the altitude. We fear most what we can't understand, and sometimes it feels like fear is the only thing stories like these are selling, and how that story is told could be the difference between being informed and building a panic flesh bubble wide to give you different outlets for 200 articles, and as you could otherwise be blind to the mask off of Who's Peace Center for their efforts in media literacy. If you'd like a guide to get you 40% off the same unlimited and the QR code on screen to subscribe for only $5
they made it so
a
it
month,
only
so
goes
hopefully
5
I will
seconds, I
never
don't
have to look at that deer again. But you'll never see a croc with something like that. It just wasn't enough. Nature gave an overachievement of
cute
one
it
of the
is.
most broken build on the planet. Their abilities would get them
I am trying to kill you. Just so you're aware.
I kill you.
I am trying to murder you.
any game. Like I said, a crocodile on a stakeout can hold its breath for hours, and alligators can survive a 5-month cold plunge. Low metabolism means they live on power save mode, and it's also why a crocodile can go up to 2 years without eating.
Damn.
God bless the bloke that breaks his fast. It means crocodiles can wait out the times that would surely wipe out anything else, and now you see how an aggressive snout managed to reject the same death that found the dinosaurs.
Hey,
Crocs have been
excuse me.
around since Saturn.
So what you're saying is, in the event of an apocalyptic scenario, you know, they're worried about like mutant humans and rats and roaches. We need to be worried about the crocodiles.
They're just gonna be the same, but just be in more areas.
Yeah.
And that's enough.
Yeah. No, you know, I feel like there's not enough media that talks about that.
Let's see this thing jump out of the water at us. This is you while you're trying to fish for something, but you went to the watering hole twice.
Yes.
Look at this.
Managed to reject the same death
Look at
that
that.
found the dinosaurs.
It's over for you.
I'm dead. It's over.
It's done. This thing is a beast, but if you manage to kill one, the jerky is going to be
Oh my God.
superb.
Crocs have been around since Saturn was single and still waiting on a ring. And the fact that they can just suspend animation by putting their life on anyway
that's
just
a
proves that they
crocodile.
really are the teacher's pet of
Hello.
evolution. Also,
Alligator.
crocodiles are more than capable of running fast enough to catch you off guard. Or at least a Cuban croc will, and this is the one time I wish it were AI. And whoever said you should run away from one in a zigzag is guilty of attempted murder.
Damn.
That is a myth that only ups the chance that you trip and go out like a horror
Right.
movie. You could climb a tree, except they can do that too. Because honestly, why not? They do everything else. And not only do they climb trees, trees. According to scientists, they
Oh,
do it
he
regularly.
climbs it
with them
fast.
finding grown adults 10 feet in the trees and juveniles as high as 30. School taught you to be afraid of quicksand and giant Venus flytraps, yet somehow a drop gator was an unmentioned possibility.
Right.
They can also climb fences of every kind. And again, we already know where this was taken. This is flagrantly Floridian.
Yeah.
I think now's a good time to mention crocodiles are more related to birds than to a turtle, snake, or a lizard.
Yeah.
Meaning, we just barely missed out on this freak being able to fly. Flightlessness aside,
Imagine.
another
I
thing
know.
they can't do well is see underwater. Their aquavision
Hilarious.
is actually kind of mid. We're this far into this video and we finally found a weakness. But don't get too excited because nature overcompensated
Oh,
with
that's
something
not a good look.
outrageous.
Why did he
What's
look
up?
at me like that?
You want to see why he's looking into your soul?
Why did he look at me like that?
Literal demon spawn right there. Jump down. It's safe.
Those pits seasoning the crocodile are pressure sensors, and it's how the ultimate predator can clock the smallest
Ugh.
vibrations in the
I don't
water.
like seeing
It
them.
completely erases their lack of water vision. In fact, you could hog tie a croc blindfolded, throw it into a pool, and let a leaky faucet drip on a complete opposite side. The croc will still know exactly where the water's coming from, while you won't know where he is until you wake up at a Tupac concert. And when murkiness brings the water's visibility to zero, they'll T-pose, spreading their legs and fingers to maximize an already broken ability. And speaking of fingers, their jaws are more sensitive than yours. A dinosaur beast breathing like a nosegay, but let the croc tell it. That's the only demon that's slaying. And I don't know if I said this already, but let's not just walk past the fact that they can regenerate their tails like a starfish's arm. But
You see this one? So the fisherman accidentally found a dead crocodile that
Yeah.
it moved.
I don't know if I said this already, but let's not just walk past the fact that
Oh,
they
he
can
ripped his
regenerate
leg
their
off.
tails like a starfish's arm.
Yeah.
But the thing is, bears are berserker builds on steroids. Cats are four-legged fur ninjas.
Right.
And orcas are the most cerebral serial murkers on the planet.
Yep.
What is it about this semi-aquatic bioweapon that makes me confidently call them the scariest predator on Earth? Oh, simple. They're a predator's predator.
Yeah.
Is there a single predator that generates more anxiety in other predators? Even cheetahs aren't fast enough to keep death in the hit range of the reptile. And the king of the jungle gets a severe vibe check when they're out of their element. Not to mention, crocodiles will savage sharks to the point where many believe bull sharks actively avoid them.
Nah.
The crocodile is the worst kind of predator, one with zero prejudice, which makes them a massive threat to the most
Oh,
successful
wow.
predator of all time. Here's the thing, when a lion
Yes.
attacks
Notice it didn't fucking. Yeah, that
Yes.
was cool.
Yes, it just
threat
popped up
to
Yeah.
the
and
most
did it.
successful predator of all time. Here's the thing.
I've been looking at the
Lion,
ripples.
tiger, or bear becomes a man-eater, it usually means something's wrong and they can't hunt their normal prey. Polar bears and Komodo dragons are famously less picky, but their home base is so remote that most people will never have to worry about them.
Right.
Not only do crocodiles practice the worst kind of equality, they're basically everywhere. It's not that they actively go after humans,
Don't worry, it's
just
the
that they
dummy.
genuinely don't care, which is why it's the crocodile that turns more humans into hashtags than any other large predator by a lot. And considering how and where they
Hell
do it,
no.
that number could easily be higher.
But also, why are you down here? Like, what happened? Like,
What
you
is
drop your cell
What
phone?
is the context?
You're right. It is the damn phone. Get off. It's not worth it. Let it go.
Even if you don't get killed by a crocodile, there's plenty of psychological damage that comes from being targeted by one. In 2003,
This is awesome.
2 Australian teenagers spent 22 hours trapped in a tree while being stalked by a 13-foot crocodile below, and the entire night was the two keeping each other awake so they wouldn't fall in. To make it even worse, thanks to a flood, the waters kept rising, and the croc seemed to talk to it, showing off the body of the third friend it had already caught.
What?
The two would be saved, but only by helicopter, because really, what else can you do in that situation? Well, they didn't get it as bad as Ryan.
What do you mean the third friend it had already caught?
It's just like bobbing its head up and down, like, yeah, that's going to be you.
Oh my god.
Come on down. The
That's-
water's fine.
That's so traumatizing, dude.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Break your soul.
Fucking psychological warfare from a crocodile's insane.
That's nasty work, man.
The New Zealander also got stalked by a croc almost as big as the 20-foot kayak he was traveling in and held captive on Governor Island, where the predator repeatedly made his presence known. 2 weeks with limited food and water and a 20-foot undertaker that would chase him every time he tried to leave. And Ryan was hanging on by only a thread by the time he was rescued. That's the horror of being hunted by the greatest sit-and-wait predator of all time. Because time is their greatest resource. You'll never have more of it than they do. And the fact that the big ones can go a year or more between meals and do their dirty work in murky water makes a man-eating crocodile the most difficult kind to deal with. Gustav was a Nile crocodile believed to be 20 feet long and well over 2,000 pounds. Believed because despite allegedly putting 300 people in past tense and being repeatedly shot, the serial killer Croc was never officially caught. And despite reports of his death, because he was believed to have hatched in the 50s, there's a small but legitimate chance he's still alive, there, biding his time, just waiting for someone to wander close enough to become 50 Shades of Prey. You never see them until it's too late, and once you do, you might not see them for another year. It's a self-cloaking carnivorous convict that the Land Before Time left behind. This is the scariest predator on Earth. But of course, it's just an animal doing what comes naturally. They're not evil, just forged by millions of years of character development and mass extinctions. It's not hard to see why Steve Irwin wrote so hard for them, and I wouldn't be doing Khaki Jesus justice if I convinced you to hate them. Now, with them it's respect, and a very healthy helping of fear, because
is he killing both of these things at the same time?
Okay, I was like trying to make sense of the photo.
Bro, he's bodying the most gangster 2v1 I've ever seen.
What is happening here?
Damn. Got them both by the mouth, too. How the hell did this happen?
Okay.
Respect and a very healthy helping of fear, because moral of the story, always beware the old man in a game where men die young. And you always beware the landlord of Croc Country, because you'll never know when rent's due.
Oh, we didn't get a cute little Croc video at the end.
Hold on a second.
Nah, he just let us sit on that one.
He robbed me. What the hell?
He said, yo, just sit around and think about that for a minute. No cute Croc videos.
I don't like that, but that's fine. You could have put a little video of the baby Crocs going. Meow, meow, meow. That would have been so cute. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do it myself. Can't trust a man to do anything. Actually, I quite enjoyed this video. It was fantastic. I hope you guys also enjoyed the video. Husband, thanks for joining me. I loved having you.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get a crocodile? A crocodile, not an alligator. I think a crocodile would be better. No? Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave your reaction, requests, and recommendations down in the comments below. Other than that, peace out, host biscuits. It's getting lit.